Hello, 7th graders. Mr. Dayton here. I'm going to go over the notes for today. Today is Tuesday, November 7th, and we are talking about conditions in which triangles can be made and how many triangles are possible given some conditions or some criteria that are given to you. But before we do that, I want to quickly review what we've talked about already with triangles and we did with our straw activity and our corner ripping activity yesterday, Monday, November 6th. So some things that we know for sure about triangles is in order for a triangle to be made or be possible, the sum of the two shortest sides or legs, those must be greater than the length of the longest or largest side. Okay, so for example, if somebody told you, okay, there's a triangle that's 2 centimeters, has side lengths of 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and 4 centimeters. Yes, that can make a triangle because 2 plus 3 equals 5, of course, and that is greater than 4. However, if it was something like 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and 4 centimeters, that would be no, because 2 plus 2 is not greater than 4. It's equal to 4, but that's not greater than, and it would not make a triangle. The other thing that we learned about was not just the side lengths, but angle measurements. In order for a triangle to be made, the interior angles, the 3 interior angles, angles of a triangle must add to 180 degrees. And we learned that yesterday when we ripped off the corners of the triangles and lined them up, and it came out to 180 degrees and made straight lines because 180 degrees is a straight line. So some common examples are a 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle. We'll see 45 degree, 90 triangles. But really anything works if it's 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 10, 20, and 150 degrees. Any of these would work. They would add to 180 because they all add to 180. If it does not add to 180, it is not. So it is not a triangle. Just a quick review of the conditions of what it takes to become or to make a triangle. Okay, and we'll get into making triangles in the coming days using protractors and side lengths and what have you. So this is just a reminder. Now we're talking about how many triangles are possible given some given some conditions. Give me just a second. Gotta look at find what I'm looking for here quickly. And this, you should be filling this out as I do. So how many triangles are possible? Now, the first page we have one unique triangle can be constructed. So one unique triangle. Unique means it's its own thing. No other triangle will be like it. Only one can be constructed when you are given this information. 3 side lengths. So in this case, we have a 2 centimeter, a 4 centimeter, and a 3 centimeter. That is only going to make one unique triangle. You can't make multiple triangles because of the way that the side lengths must line up. The next one, so if you're given 3 sides, you get one unique triangle. Okay, the next one we have is 2 sides and included angle. I'm going to underline or circle that. You should too. Included means the angle between the given sides. So in this case, you were given, or the information given to you was 4 centimeters and 3 centimeters. The 40-degree angle is between those sides. See how it's right here, sat in between this side and this side? So therefore, I will be able to, that is an included angle. So I'm just going to draw here. I will be able to make one unique triangle with this information. Okay? Then, something similar is this. 2 angles are given to you. In this case, we have 30 degrees and 100 degrees. And we have an included side. I'm going to underline included again. And the included side is the side between the given angles. And that, in this case, is 6 centimeters. And yes, you can see that it is between 30 degrees and 100 degrees. And there it is, the 6 centimeters. Angle Z, we're going to find out, 100 plus 30 is 130. So angle Z has to make it equal 180. So that'd be 50 degrees. Okay. You don't necessarily need to throw that in there, but it's just nice to know. 100 plus 30 plus 50 is 180. Just know that included means it is between either the given angles or the given sides. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next page. Next one we're talking about, so that was one unique triangle. Now we're talking about many triangles. Many triangles can be constructed when given one side length and one angle. So you're only given, how many pieces of information is that? That's 2 pieces of information. So you can make many triangles with that. An example they might give is, all right, there's an angle of 60 degrees and a side length of 4 centimeters. How many triangles can you make with this? You can make many, infinite almost. And then we have 2 sides and a non-included angle. I'm going to underline non-included. So we talked about included already. A non-included angle would be an angle that is not between the given sides. I'm going to write that over here. An angle that is not between the given sides. Okay. Then, the last one in which many triangles can be constructed. So there's 3 possibilities here. We have one side and one angle, 2 sides and a non-included angle. The third possibility that will make many triangles is if you are given 3 angles that sum to 180 degrees. You can make many triangles. 3 angles that add to 180 degrees.
What are you doing back?
I just got to get ready.
Or what?
Yeah, got to get ready for a sub tomorrow. I'm going to be out, so.
Oh.
Yeah. And the reason for this is you can have triangles that have many different side lengths even if you are given all the angles. You're given all 3 angles that sum to 180 degrees. Okay, and even if you're given 2 angles, you should be able to figure out the 3rd angle, and that would mean that you have 3 angles and that equals 180 degrees. Thus, you can make many triangles with that. So those are the 3 conditions in which you can make many triangles. And then finally, we're going to get into some practice here. So there was the one unique and many triangles. Now it says determine whether you can construct one, many, or no triangles. No triangles should be pretty easy for us. We know the conditions with that make a triangle now. So we have one angle measurement of 60 degrees and one side length of 4 centimeters. So I'm going to refer to the notes that we just took, or we just looked at. I have one side length and one angle measurement. If I looked up just a little bit, this tells me that I can make many triangles with that information. So for A, you should write many. And for the reason, you are only given 2 pieces of information. The next one, B, says a scalene triangle with side lengths of 3 centimeters and 7 centimeters. Now, a scalene triangle, we talked about this briefly yesterday, but we will have to go into a review of this, and we'll do that probably tomorrow on Wednesday. But a scalene triangle, and you should write this as well, is a triangle that has 3 different side lengths. Okay? 3 different side lengths. So, if we are given 3 different side lengths, I'm going to refer you to the front page. Look, we can make one unique triangle if we are given 3 different side lengths. Now, it doesn't tell us what that last side length is going to be, but we know that it has to be different than 3 and 7. Okay? So, your answer here would be 1 triangle. Oops, I didn't make a great triangle. There we go. 1 triangle. This one up here was many. And then, let's go to letter C. This is a triangle with 1 angle measure of 60 degrees, 1 angle measure of 70 degrees, and the side length of 10 centimeters between the 2 angles. Now I'm going to talk about this. Between the 2 angles, remember, I'm going to refer to this as an included angle. It's an included angle. Sorry, I'll scroll up a little bit. So, I don't see that information up here for many triangles. Let's see if I can find it under 1. Oh yeah, look at, we have 2 angles given. I believe it was 60 degrees and 70 degrees, and we have the included side of 10 centimeters between them. I'm not going to make it exactly, but it would look something like this, and this is of course not to scale, but we have something like 60 degrees, 70 degrees. That would mean 60 plus 70 is 130. That would mean this is 50 degrees. Then this is our 10 centimeters. It's our included angle, or included side. So yes, this can make 1 triangle, 1 unique triangle. Okay, so we should have many, 1 and 1. For the reasons just given to you. We're on to letter D now. Letter D is a triangle with 1 angle measurement of 95 degrees, 1 angle measuring 100 degrees, and a side length of 3 centimeters between the 2 angles. For this one, I will actually draw it. I'm going to use this fully circular, what's the word I'm looking for here? Protractor, sorry. Fully circular protractor. And we'll talk about why it's not going to work. So, we need 3 centimeters. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going with this, the classic School Smart protractor. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to make a side length of 3 centimeters between the 2 angles. So, thankfully my School Smart protractor here has some measurements units on it. We have inches on the bottom here and centimeters right here in the middle. So I'm going to make a line that is 3 centimeters long. Okay, so that's my given angle and my included angle. Then I'm going to do this. This one is going to be 100 degrees or 95. Let's go with 100 degrees. So if I go straight up, that's 90 degrees. Here's my 100. And I know you guys are probably thinking, dude, you can't do this. We know this because 100 plus 95 is already 195, plus you have to have a third angle, and you would be correct. I'm just showing you why it doesn't work. There's 100 degrees there, and then I go over here again, I line up my protractor, the line is on there perfectly. This one is 95 degrees, so here's 90, there's 100, halfway in between that would be 95, it's about right there. And as you can see, this is not going to make a triangle. If I wanted to connect these, I would have to make like a parallelogram, or parallelogram, or just quadrilateral. So this is going to be none. No triangles can be made. No triangles. Because 100 plus 95 equals 195 degrees. And then 195 is already greater than 180 degrees. And we know that it has to equal exactly 180 degrees. So that's all we have for the notes today. Pretty simple. You're going to need to use them though when you do your assignment, because this is not easy to memorize. Mostly though, for making one unique triangle, I have 3 pieces of information. I have 3 sides here, I have 2 sides and an included angle, that's 3 pieces of information. Here I have 2 angles and an included side, again 3 pieces of information. And then if I want to make many triangles, I'm usually only given 2 pieces of information. Well, sorry, you sometimes only have 2 pieces of information. I misspoke, but that kind of helps me remember. 1 side and 1 angle, 2 sides and a non-included angle, and then 3 angles that sum to 180 degrees. So maybe that wasn't super helpful, but you need to have this information in front of you because it's not easy to memorize. And then you have your 4 examples there to work with as well. Okay, with that, I hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you again on Wednesday. Bye.